welcome to my channel, Lars and Conditioning. If you want to be stronger, you need to try the top set method. And the way this works is you do one single set on a particular exercise where it's going to be your hardest and your heaviest. And we want to be somewhere between 3, 4 and 5 reps. Now we don't want a particular range, we want to have a specific rep target goal. And the reason for this is we don't want to have sort of like leeway in terms of how we perceive our work. So we have this thing called RPE, rate of perceived exertion, and this is basically that refers to how hard are you pushing yourself. So an RPE 10, that would be balls to the walls, leaving nothing in the tank, where 9 would be you have 1 rep in the tank, 8 will be 2 reps in the tank. And so if you're more accustomed to using reps and reserve, you can actually just do the complete opposite. Instead of thinking RPE 9 or 10, you'll be thinking reps and reserve 1 or 2. It's actually the same thing really. Now we want to use this on our big heavy movement. So squat, bench, deadlift, overhead presses, carries. When it's carries is a little bit different beast, but you can still make it work. Now we want to do this because when you come in on your session, your very first exercise and your very first set, that's going to be where you're going to be, at least physically, your most freshest. You mentally, you might wake up a bit more deep into the session, depending on how your day's been going. But physically speaking, at the very least, when you come in, that's going to be where you're going to be the most fresh. So you want the strength specific work actually to be first. So we would do this, let's say overhead press, you go in and your target is to do 160 on the overhead press for 3 reps of an RP 8 or 9 or 1 or 2 reps in reserve. You go do this, you do your big hit, adrenaline dump, get it. And then after that, you do your back off sets, 2 or 3 back off sets where you're going to be more bodybuilding focused, so you get your volume in. What's actually really going to be building your muscles and rounding out your base. We want to round out our base, but we also want to be stronger. And this is an approach that allows you to do both at the same time and actually do it extremely well. So you do your back off sets in somewhere between 8 to 12 reps. But again, we don't want to have a range that we work with. We want to establish a certain number of reps that we're going to perform each and every single set. Because this is also where it helps enhancing our strength instead of trying to push every set to failure. We don't want unnecessary fatigue, we want good fatigue that we're recover from and get stronger from and get bigger from as well. So you will actually also have to plan out if it's going to be 8, 9, 10, 11 or 12. Just make sure you hit that at somewhat relatively the same level of intensity as your top set. It actually could be a bit less. So it could be your top set would be an RPE 8 to 9 and your back off set 7, maybe 6.5. It's a bit easier, but since you're doing more sets, you also need to make sure that the RPE or the intensity is a bit lower on the first few sets, because as more fatigue sets in, it's going to be a little bit harder with each and every set, even though we're actually leaving reps in the tank. This is an extremely good method if you want to get bigger and you want to get stronger at the same time. And you should only be doing this on, like I said before, your big heavy movements. There's no reason to try to do 3 reps on curls or lateral raises or something like that, or even machine work for that matter. We want to use it on our big movements. Like I said, squat, bench, deadlift, rows, overhead presses, that kind of deal. Nothing else. Don't try and do it on other stuff. That's just asking for looking silly and potentially a very high risk of injury. Thank you for watching. Lars and Conditioning, signing out.